Let the dogs out. Go for fighting. Yeah.
Okay. Reel it in.
Restaurant Punk, what's up? Restaurant Punk. Let the dogs out. Go for fighting. Yeah.
Okay. Reel it in.
What's up, Nick?
I'm sorry, are we too immature for you?
Come on, Nick.
Were you torn which way to look? Left or right?
Wait.
Well, as we were both doing our thing, were you torn which way to look?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's okay.
Or you just look forward the entire time?
No, I don't know.
He looked at camera
watch
too.
the footage.
He looked at camera too.
It's like, really?
No, camera
What's
too.
happening?
What's up, guys?
Good stuff.
How are we?
We need to exert this extra energy.
Did you smack your face?
I will not be doing that. I will not be joining that.
It's okay. There's no
On this
coffee.
week's episode, we're talking about healthy habits in the workplace.
These are not them.
These
okay
are not
over there?
them. If you need help,
no, you're
please
gonna
feel free to
cry.
reach out. Dial 1-800-RESTAURANT-PUNK now. That's 1-800-RESTAURANT-PUNK now.
You
Help is
got
on the
that?
way.
So, how we doing?
Good.
Nick?
Excellent.
Yeah,
Fantastic,
good.
Liz?
So speaking of healthy
sorry.
habits,
Oh, healthy
Not-
habits.
Wow, you just think
Or
we're going to get
possibly
there.
unhealthy
Let's just fucking
habits.
do it.
how do we feel? And do you feel that you're equipped to work more than 40 hours in your workplace?
At this age,
I mean,
when I was younger,
Yeah.
I was all about working as many hours as I could. Nowadays, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I work.
well, you still
one
work
sh-
40
yeah.
hours, though.
No.
Well, I mean,
No. I don't. So I have one job where I bartend.
hell no.
Okay, but
And I serve, and another job, but combined it's not 40 hours.
okay,
Yeah,
but,
but
also,
then you
like,
also
let's
have-
let's reel it back though,
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
he
like
said-
think about like what you also do behind like the scenes here.
like
So you're
editing?
like
Yeah,
the
that's-
editor.
Oh yeah, then I'm like 100.
Yeah, but I mean, like you're actively like doing that too, like
Yeah.
on the sideline. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
are you considering that like work?
I consider that 40
Do
I
hours.
do
Sorry?
consider that work, but I don't consider it as part of the industry, the hospitality industry. I thought we were speaking exclusively
Okay, true.
hospitality,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because I feel
I
like
mean,
anyone who works 40-hour work weeks, regardless of the position that you're in, whether you be owner, employee, front of the house, back of the house,
Still
that's
not
a
enough.
lot.
No, it's not.
No, on your like mental state.
Oh, mental state.
Physically, you could do
Yeah.
it, but sometimes because it's very stressful at times, especially if you're working like in a busy place, that drains you physically.
Right.
And then have you ever had times where, let's say, you worked 5 hours, you go home and you're just exhausted? It's not necessarily that you're running around; it's just the stress level.
Well, I feel like if it's busier, then it's more exhausting. When it's like, would you rather have a 5-hour day of being pure chaos hell compared to an 8 or 9 hour day, which is a bit slower? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have pure chaos.
Well, honestly, so years ago. I worked a grave shift at a bar, and it was only busy for maybe 3 hours, like solid busy, like people screaming at you. And the rest of the time, it was just easy breezy.
Right.
If I had to choose that, rather over having an entire 8-hour shift where it's just calm, I'd probably choose
Right.
the 8-hour shift.
Yeah, again, I think it depends too on like where you are in the industry and like exactly what you're doing, because like the boardwalk
That was,
was
say,
like a completely
Yeah.
different. That was like more physically demanding,
my first job
you
was
know,
at the boardwalk.
and that like over there, I don't even know how many hours I was like clocking a week, like 105, 108, 120.
I think my busiest work week was 110 on the boardwalk.
Yeah, because it's like I used to, like punch in around like 9, 10 o'clock and then not leave until like 2 in the morning,
Right.
like 7 days a week for like 3 months.
Yeah, but that's
You
what we
know.
did though. I mean, that's what.
Well, that's like
I
the
think,
only-
I think we
well,
we
at
almost
that
trained
time-
our body to do
Well,
it.
at that time, that's the only time that you had to like
To
make
work, yeah.
to make your living, to like take any money home.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
So
worked.
you didn't mind. I mean,
Right.
you minded, in the middle of it, and you did get burnt out.
Yeah, but
know,
we were so like I said, I started in the boardwalk, so do you. But I mean, like I said, my first 90-hour work week, I think it was the age of 16, and that was
Wow.
my 2 jobs up
Right.
there. So I mean, I was used to it.
Like I'm not like even now, like at the restaurants I'm at now, like I'm there a lot, but I'm not like
You're not
I'm
doing.
exceeding. I'm not exceeding like I'm not. I'm exceeding 40 hours, 120%, but
but you're
it's not the same physical
Right.
demand.
It's more mental, right?
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's
more
why I think for me, it's more mentally. It's harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
I'd
I'm
rather
saying,
be
yeah.
more.
Because I'm trying to
Get
balance.
physical. Physical.
Well, it's like, when you're like an owner too, you're trying to balance like 100 different things that are going on, or 100 different, tasks that need to get done
Phone calls,
within a day.
emails.
And there's a lot of
Recording
behind
new
the scenes,
voicemail messages.
stuff. So I'm actually recording voicemails. But I mean, there's a lot more that, like that you take home with you too now.
Right.
Than I did, on the boardwalk. I would leave out of there, like I would leave there and just be like kind of like done.
Yeah.
Like shut off, go home.
Yeah.
Go to
Like
Echoes.
do like my thing. It was when you get done at like 2:00 in the morning, you just sweat your ass off. You're not really like interested in going to
Right.
anywhere.
Echoes of the Firehouse, baby. That's what it is.
Oh, is that for you? The
Yeah.
firehouse?
Well, I just feel,
But
as an owner, it never ends. The day never,
Oh, it doesn't.
it doesn't end.
like I'll wake up and
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, like shit, I have
Exactly.
to like, get, my payroll together, or I have to organize this, or like let me go through the paperwork, or let me, do
Or we
that.
ran out of this. We already need this. And
And then like sometimes midday, like I'll leave and I'll like try to tackle like other things that need to get done. Oh, I have to go to the bank. I got to
We have
get this done. I gotta get
meetings
that
all
done.
day.
Let me
Or
ask
you
you a
have a meeting
question.
or something else to do.
Let's say you have someone back at the house and they work 40 hours or even a little bit over, and they're moaning and groaning about how tired they are.
Oh, it's-
long week. As an
No, I
owner,
mean-
do you sit there and think,
Well,
you
I mean-
don't know
well,
pain?
no.
No, I
Go ahead.
I don't think that way. I mean, everybody's, doing a different job, and everybody's managing their stress levels in a different way, and different positions in a restaurant are different levels of stress. So, I mean, 40 hours in the kitchen is different than 40 hours in the front of the house.
Right.
I mean, they're both stressful in different capacities, but I
Yeah.
feel that, certain aspects of the restaurant just hold more weight in terms of like your stress level and anxiety level.
yeah.
I feel like
agree.
he doesn't want to answer that, but, I feel
but
like he's,
no,
he's denying,
I-
because you can't tell me as an owner, sometimes you
yes, I was-
think, shut the up.
The worst is like when it's like I call like a punk kid, like like he's like that 21 to like 27 that lives home with mommy and
Right.
whatnot, and that still works and does the stuff, and he's like, oh, I worked 45 hours this week. I'm so tired. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Really?
fortunate though. A lot of like my guys like don't really complain about their hours. They want more hours.
We are looking at
maybe
the
not-
sound people.
maybe not some of
No,
them.
but no. I see what you're
But
saying,
look, I mean,
because
yeah.
you have servers that
But-
come in that work 20, 30 hours and they make buco bucks. And then you
Yeah.
got the kitchen guys that worked 45, 50, sometimes 60 hours, which I don't think we actually have right now because it's not super busy in our area. And they're just like, oh, God, I'm so tired.
But I mean, even at that, like I don't necessarily like.
Nick, be mean.
No, but I'm just saying, like if you're like somebody that, you like the schedule that you have and you're setting that schedule, and I know that you're going to come to work and you're going to perform to like the best, and I can like watch and I can see that you're performing your job to a higher level or like to a higher standard, or you're, executing
Yeah.
like well, then to me, I'm like, okay, that's what the guy likes to do. He's comfortable doing that. He's executing when he's here. Like there's no like bullshit, so at the end of the day, I mean, I'm
And I always say
okay with
now,
that. I mean, can I get, like maybe when seasons change or whatever, if you want to do more, we can do more. But
Yeah.
work less now, and if you can work a schedule that works for you right now, as long as we can work more days or more shifts or more hours in the summertime, that's something I can deal with.
See, that's the thing too. Like in the summer, everyone's
summer
trying
is
to work
just-
as many hours because it's a seasonal town, right? You work as many hours.
Yeah.
But let's say you weren't a seasonal town. Do you think your servers would be trying to work 40-hour work
No,
weeks? Exactly,
absolutely,
right?
No. They're
I mean, if you have that
Listen,
mentality that it's always going to be there, there's always
A
going
lot-
to be money. Oh,
well,
it's always
a
going
lot
to
of
be
them
there. It's
see
always
that.
coming in.
yeah,
How many of them would sit there and say, well, I don't feel like coming in because I made good money last
I
night?
mean, they do that right now.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a seasonal
yeah,
town.
Barack.
No, Barack doesn't do that.
Well, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Yeah,
like some
Katie
people.
Hess.
I mean, I have
Stop.
seen it a lot where, and I've even
Katie.
filled in like different positions for people that will complain, one day, They're like, oh, I need, a better shift, or I need more shifts. And then you try to give them more shifts and then they don't want them. They don't
that's
wanna
the
work
worst.
them.
I need
Or
the money
like,
for
I
this,
wanna
this,
take off,
this, and
or
they don't
then
want to
They're
work.
giving away their shifts to other people. And I'm like, I just tried to.
They only want them when they have to pay a bill or somewhere they want something they want to buy
They don't
somewhere
wanna
they want
work,
to
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Then they want to work
yeah.
the shifts.
Yeah.
I
So
can
they
say,
pick and
I can say like
choose.
4 names right now, but I'm not going to.
But I don't
Give it
mind
30
working.
seconds.
I don't mind working the long hours. I like it actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I like
enjoy
being
working.
in.
Yeah,
I like being in my store.
I enjoy chaos. I enjoy working.
Yeah, I would feel
I feel
differently
like
if I
there's
was
less.
an owner.
I feel like
But
there's less
also-
chaos though. Honestly, Like the more that you're there as
Well,
an
no,
owner.
like I like to be busier at chaos. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, that's fun for me.
No, I don't.
I love
I like
being
the
too
calm.
busy.
That's why I like Petunia.
I know,
it's calm. It's quiet. For the most part, I'm by myself.
But it also goes as owners. It also goes as like families. You know what I'm saying? Because like I can, like right now I'm not super busy, so I can be at home with my son.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he knows when it's time to work, I'm not
Right.
there. So and it all goes off the personality of the person too. Would you want to be home or do you want to be at your restaurant? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That changes the mindset too when it comes to that 40-hour plus work week.
No, and it's different too if you have children and
Yeah.
things like that. So, if you have a family,
Yeah.
then it's completely different. Like for me, like I don't have that kind of family. Like I don't have children.
You have a dog, don't you?
Yeah, I have a dog.
Okay.
And I love my dog, but
Oh, you boo boo.
Oh,
this
But I feel like if you have children, it's a lot harder to try to pull yourself
Oh,
away
I
from
couldn't even
like
imagine.
raising.
Yeah,
your
that's what I'm
family.
saying.
The
Like
guilt.
it's so like for me, it's like I'm a morning person. So like my time with my son when it's busy season is first thing in the morning. We have 6 to 7, and then he knows I'm usually gone. Or 6:30, 7:30, and then sometimes I'll come home mid shift just to see him for at least 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll see him the next day. But you make time to figure it all out.
Right.
Right.
But normally like before I had Ant, I would just work nonstop,
Right.
6-7 days a week, open to close,
Right.
anywhere restaurant I was at. So
Well, a lot of it too is just trying to make time. Like you have to kind of like invent pockets of time for yourself too in order to get other things done
No,
that
yeah.
you need to do, especially
Because-
like in your personal life.
personal life, and then
You know?
when you have time to do the books.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're at the restaurant
can you
24/7,
imagine?
how you got a payroll you got to worry
Yeah.
about, and then
Well,
all
you
the
have
other
to,
nonsense.
You've got to invent time.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. Yeah, you got to like carve yourself out
Yeah.
like an hour here, like 2 hours there,
Yep.
30 minutes here, just to like
Yeah.
chop into everything and
Yeah,
like
they
make
think-
sure that you're getting everything done that you can do.
Yeah,
Because it's not going to do itself.
that's not going to. And
know, if
then when
you're
you
not-
think you have some you trust,
And then if you
don't
if you're
trust
not,
them.
and if you're not on top of it, then that shit will pile up and pile up.
No
and then you'll be like
shit.
turning around and you'll be
What?
looking at a pile of shit and you're like, oh, what the?
Yeah.
How
I'm
did I
staring
let
at
it-
a big pile of
How
shit
did
right
I
now.
leave even like if I leave like a couple days go by, I'm like shit. I'm like, now I got to go
No.
through,
Every day now.
Yeah, so every day you have to like at least carve some time out for something,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
Wow, fantastic.
Great talk.
excellent.
Great talk. Thanks, guys. So, what do we say? What do you? I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. I like to work a lot. That's me.
Same.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, owners are gonna, at least when they first start, are gonna want to work 40 hours or more.
Well, they should work. As owners, you should be there
Right.
24/7. If it's a brand new restaurant,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? If you're opening up a brand new restaurant, you should be at your restaurant 24/7. If you're an established owner and you just opening up your second restaurant, you know how to make
Right.
the time.
Yeah, but I
Right.
mean, even in things like that, I mean, you need to have some system in place to where you have a direct line of contact to somebody who is, if you're not going to be there 24/7,
Oh, yeah.
responsible for those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But like a more mature line of contact in order
Yeah.
to be able to really,
Trust somebody. Yeah.
it's hard trusting people
Oh,
to leave them, with your stuff because they're never going to take care of it the same way that you would take care
Right.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's sometimes you have to like let loose of some of that control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let
know,
loose,
I-
Nick.
And I mean, we ain't losing that kind of control.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to, accept the fact that you can't be everywhere at one time.
No.
You have to assign different tasks to different people
Right.
in order to accomplish what it is that you're trying to accomplish and
Yeah.
grow.
You're so sophisticated when you speak.
Try.
I love you.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Work them
Restaurant
hours.
punk.
Okay, we're done.
We're in.
What is it? Come on,
There it is.
Come on.
Kung Fu fighting.
Kung Fu Panda.
What? Look at
That was rude. What was that rude? That was it. The Karate Kid. The crane. That thing.
Green.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
What you got? What do you want?